Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. My name is Susan Hydro. I'm the Director of Graduate and Advancing Education at TCNJ, and joining me today are George Heffel and Brittany Adelot. We're going to begin today's presentation, and we'll be presenting information in different segments. Please feel free to ask questions as we go along. We'll try to break at certain points to pick up some of those questions, but we'll then absolutely take questions at the end of the presentation. So again, welcome. We thank you for your interest in TCNJ's pre-college programs. Today's informational webinar, pre-college webinar Get an Edge, will be scheduled to run for about an hour. And initially, we want to start by saying why TCNJ for pre-college programs. We offer programs for high-achieving high school students, those seeking to explore careers, work on college readiness, those with interest in community engagement, students who are seeking an intellectually stimulating environment, also to have some fun, and those seeking to engage directly with TCNJ faculty and staff. We have two different types of programs that we're going to be talking about today. The first is the Bonner Summer Pre-College Program. Within the Bonner Summer Pre-College Program, which is residential, there are two different options, and they are not concurrent, as we note here, so it is possible to enroll in both. So first we have a one-week non-credit college readiness program. This also includes a community engaged learning aspect, so you'll be hearing a little bit more about that later on. Then there are two-week credit-bearing course options. You'll also be hearing more about those in a few moments. The Bonner Summer Pre-College Program is intended for rising sophomores, juniors, and seniors. Then we have the Pre-College Academy series. This is a daytime non-residential program, and this consists of non-credit course offerings that are designed for career and major exploration. And these are for rising freshmen, sophomores, and juniors. So the Bonner Summer Pre-College Program, if we talk about a few of the specifics with this, the non-credit residential one-week college readiness program is scheduled to run June 24th to 29th. The credit-bearing residential two-week course options, which are faculty-led, are scheduled July 8th to 20th. And the three options that we'll be offering this summer are Sociology 101, Introduction to Sociology, History 177, which is 20th century U.S. history, and then Political Science 100, which is Garden State. And you'll hear more about these. You would choose one. Each is a one-unit, 4-credit course.
Susan, it's Britt. I'm just going to jump in for 1 second. It looks like your slides aren't advancing for some of us. We're stuck on the first one, so I just want to make sure everybody's getting all the information.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, my slideshow is moving forward. Let's see if we can do this differently.
And in the meantime, while Susan's working on that, I just wanted to note for those that have never used the GoToWebinar tool before, to ask questions, you can do that in a chat on the side of your screen here. A couple people have figured that out, but I just wanted to note that everybody is muted, so we will not be able to hear you, but you can absolutely ask us questions in the typed chat side. And Susan, it looks like we're on the right screen, the right slide now.
Okay, great. Thank you for that. The Bonner Summer Pre-College Program costs. For the non-credit one-week option, the cost for that program is $1,700. We do have a rate of $1,600 for those who are registered by April 25th. And then the credit-bearing two-week option, that is $3,722, or a discounted rate of $3,572 for those registered by April 25th. And you can see what the cost includes. There's the tuition, room and board, meant towards service experience. You'll be hearing more about what's involved in the program in a few moments. Of recreational activities, transportation, as you can see the items here, workshop with admissions staff, and then the non-credit course includes exploration of career and college major exploration. Okay. Again, the Bonner Summer Pre-College program is intended for rising sophomores, juniors, and seniors. Students who have been accepted to TCNJ for the fall can also apply to get a jump start. The application for this program is available on our website at precollege.tcnj.edu, and we're accepting complete applications until May 25th, or until the program fills. And in terms of what's required for the application, there is an online form, which is a brief application form. In addition, there's a letter of recommendation needed from a high school counselor or principal or teacher, someone who knows the student well. That letter should speak to the student's readiness for a rigorous academic and service experience. And then we ask for the student to provide a personal statement. And as you can see, we're looking to know why the student's interested in the program. Why is he or she interested in community service? What do they hope to get out of the program, and what would they bring to it? We do need an official high school transcript to be submitted as well. And in terms of the recommendation and the essay, if those are available at the time the student's completing the online application form, which again is a brief form, those can be attached directly to that application and uploaded. The recommendation can be mailed or emailed to our office. If that is necessary, that's fine. And the transcript, since that's an official transcript, that should be mailed directly to our office from the school. So any questions that there are regarding the application process for the Bonner Summer Pre-College program, the best way to contact us would be through our email address at summer@tcnj.edu, and we do have our phone number listed here as well. We provided the address. And we are recording the session, so we're going to be posting the recording of the webinar on our site if you need to refer back to that. At this point, we're going to switch over to Brittany to talk more about the Bonner Pre-College program.
Great, thank you, Susan. And I just wanted to note we had a couple questions from people about if the slides will be available after, and I just wanted to make sure everybody knew that our presentation will be posted, the webinar recording, and the information will be available on our website. So you will see all of that. All right, and Susan and George, feel free to let me know if there's any issues with my slides as we go forward here too. So as Susan noted, my name is Brittany Adelot, and I work here at the Center for Community Engaged Learning and Research at TCNJ, and we host the programming side of the TCNJ Pre-College Bonner programs. You already heard Susan go over some of the details for these two programs, but I'll do them quickly again. So our two options through our office here are our TCNJ Pre-College credit program, which is July 8th through July 20th. This is 2 weeks, it's residential. Students will take a college course, they'll do community service, they'll have enrichment activities, and they'll get the real college life experience. One question that had just popped up are the credits able to be transferred for this program to other colleges? And absolutely they are. We chose the courses we're offering again this summer, a political science course, a sociology course, and a history course, intentionally so that they were the most transferable options in case students decided not to come to TCNJ. So absolutely those credits are transferable, and we've never had an issue in the past with students that have gone to other schools with the credits being transferred. So absolutely. The second option we have for our programs here are our TCNJ college, our college readiness. Man, we're having technical difficulties today. I apologize. Okay. Our college readiness and community service program. And this is a 1-week program. It's residential as well. There'll be college readiness workshops, career exploration workshops, community service, and college life experience as well. So the first one I'm going to talk a little bit more about is our 2-week residential program. These are just some fun pictures from previous summers. So the courses that we'll be offering this summer are first our History 177 course, which is 20th century US. It's a 2-week course taught by Professor Rob McGreevy, and it's an introduction to modern US history that examines race, inequality, power, privilege, and then the service that the students do will supplement the learning in class. The second course is our Sociology 101, Introduction to Sociology, which will be taught by Professor Diane Bates. Diane Bates has been with us teaching in our summer courses since the very first year, and Dr. McGreevy, who teaches our history, has been around almost the entire time as well. They have lots of experience teaching in our summer programs. And this Introduction to Sociology course will give a very brief introduction to sociology, and again, the service that the students do will be a supplement to the learning in the class. The last course being offered this summer is our Political Science 100 class. This class is entitled Garden State because the course will examine really environmental issues in terms of how things work here in New Jersey. So one of the ways that we give this, bring this to life is that, again, the service the students do will really give a real life experience to what they're learning in class, and so they'll have an opportunity to serve in different places that will show actually what they're learning in class, and the professor here is Dr. Eileen Hetty. As I just mentioned, the service component. So community engaged learning, or often at other colleges we hear people call it service learning, is a pillar to what we do here at TCNJ for our regular undergraduate students as well. So the community service that the students will do this summer, our Sociology 101 students and History 177 students will serve at the Academic Sports Academy Summer Camp. This summer camp is in Trenton, and the Academic Sports Academy is actually also an after-school program that we co-run with Greg Grant, who is their CEO and founder of the program, all year round. So it's a really wonderful program, and each summer we've been able to serve with the students that attend that summer camp and have an opportunity for the students in our pre-college program to actually lead lessons and really get to know the kids. The second, the last course, the Political Science 100 course, as I mentioned before, was an environmental related course. So those students will be serving at places like Meals on Wheels, or the Trenton Area Soup Kitchen, or Street Friends Food Bank, Capital City Farm, or we have a garden right here at TCNJ's campus. One really wonderful thing we've been able to do in previous summers is that we've been able to harvest food right here at our TCNJ campus garden and bring it over to our partners to be able to share real fresh food with some of the people either being served at the Trenton Area Soup Kitchen or at Mercer Street Friends Food Bank. Right. The third component of what we do in that 2-week summer program are enrichment activities. It's really important to us that the students that are in the program also really have an opportunity to get to know each other. The students coming from the high schools clearly will choose our programs because they have an interest in something the same. So whether that's TCNJ or it's community service or the type of course that they've chosen to be involved in. And that really provides an opportunity for strong bonds to be developed in this 2-week program. We've had really great experiences. Students that have been in the program are still friends years later and really have kept up with each other. So that is a wonderful piece of what we do. Another type of enrichment activity is we'll have guest speakers or presentations from other staff at TCNJ or maybe community members as well. And then the third type of enrichment is our trips. So while it is an academically rigorous program, we also like to have a little bit of fun while we're here too. So past summers, we've been able to go to places like Grounds for Sculpture in Hamilton, or we've taken trips to Philadelphia. The picture you see on the left of the screen is at a place called Magic Gardens. It's a sculpture garden, which is really, or a mosaic garden, which is a really wonderful opportunity as well. So lots of different enrichment activities to make sure we have some fun while we're here too. And then the final component is really that opportunity to get to know what it looks like to live here at TCNJ. So the students will live in a dorm, they'll have roommates, they'll get to eat in our dining halls, all meals are included as well in the program. And then they really get to learn how time management could look in college. And that's one thing we've heard from students year after year, is that they really got an opportunity to see what it might be like to be a college student, having to manage, getting your homework done and getting the reading done and asking for help when you need it, with having new friends and being excited about the experience that they're having here as well. So real good taste of what the college life is like. Here are just some of our example schedules from previous summers. That first day is move-in, and as I mentioned, the team building and getting to know each other is really important, so that is a big piece of that first day. An average weekday, the students would go to service in the morning, come back, have lunch, go to class, and then we would have workshops and study hall at night. The weekends, we might do a trip to Philadelphia. Last year, the political science course went to the beach. They read a book before the course started about Hurricane Sandy, or Superstorm Sandy. So they got a chance to go down and learn a little bit more about that by traveling to the shore. And then some fun things at night. Every year we do a talent show because it's a really exciting thing to see what everyone has to offer too. So that was our first program that we had to chat about. Our second is a new program here at TCNJ, which is our College Readiness and Community Service Summer Program. So this is the 1-week residential program. It is not credit bearing. What we'll do during this 1-week program is a compilation of things we've heard over the last couple summers from students about what really would be helpful to kind of have this short experience, but really get ready for college and career. So we'll definitely do college essay writing. Our goal will be to have any participant complete their one college essay while they're here based on the common application prompts. They'll also do some college exploration. We're considering having students make sure that they're enrolled on the College Board website, do some surveys to get an idea of what type of college they might be most interested in, and discuss those pros and cons of choices. For career interest, we're going to do an inventory with the participants so they get an idea of what careers might best fit them, and then they'll be able to do some exploration as well to see what the requirements are for those type of careers and what educational things they'll need to consider beforehand. The students in the 1-week program will also complete community service while they're here with us. We'll complete approximately 20 hours of community service, and we'll do a little bit of a variety of type of service, and then also participate in reflection activities to be able to discuss with each other how that experience is going and what they're learning there, and then why we really should be doing service. Here are just some quotes from previous students, their feedback from our programs. We've had really great summers. We've been doing this for a little while now, and we've gotten a variety of takeaways. And what we found is that students really can make the most of the program, and what they put in and what they're hoping to get out of the program, they can really walk away with as well. So I'm going to try to click questions here on my screen. Might change my screen again on us. So I will bounce back, make sure I get to those other questions as we go. But in the meantime, I'm going to kick it over to George, who's going to talk about our Academy series here.
My name is George Heffel. I coordinate the Pre-College Academy series. The Pre-College Academy series, or PCA, is a 1-week daytime program, commuter program, Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 4:30. What is special about this program is, like other pre-college, TCNJ pre-college programs, this is a faculty-led research and career exploration programs. It's not taught by undergraduate students. The academic portion is led by and facilitated by a full-time faculty at TCNJ. and then also the program is implemented by myself and current TCNJ graduates. So the Pre-College Academy series is for rising freshmen, sophomores, and juniors who are really interested in career exploration and would like to do that alongside a TCNJ faculty member. They want to meet like-minded students who are really curious about a particular area, a particular topic, and they really want to know why things work the way they do and why careers work the way they do. They're going to experience learning on our campus, which is a beautiful campus if you've never been here before. They're going to learn about undergraduate-based research, which TCNJ is known for. They will have a current undergraduate student in that particular area with them to talk to them about what it's like to be a TCNJ student, what the studies are like, what the community is like, and so forth. And also our Pre-College Academy Series attendees are going to learn how to highlight the experience on the college admissions process. We will have a session for the student, and family members are welcome, with a TCNJ admissions counselor. So as I said before, the academic topics are taught by TCNJ faculty. This is actually a picture of one of our faculty members, Matthew Wound. A typical day is going to have academic work, career exploration. There'll be some small and large group collaborative activities and social fun time. Typically, the academic portion takes place in the morning right after breakfast, and then we have lunch, and then there is time to complete whatever assignments or homework, if you want to call it that they will need to do for the next day. And then the rest of the afternoon will be that group activities and social fun time. These are the three programs we're offering this year. Business Simulation, which is actually a program that will have the attendees learn about starting their own business. Our next program is called NSI, Natural Sciences Investigation, which is physical sciences, field biology, and experimental physics. And then we have Vitalities, which is an exploration of health professions at the College of New Jersey. We have a school of nurse, health, and exercise science. So they'll be exposed to a number of different health-related professions, including public health. The cost of all the programs is $1,100, and all three take place simultaneously, June 25th to 29th. So we have a nice mix of programs, and students from each program will have some time together with other program attendees. We'll have some nice large group activities. There is a reduced registration fee if someone registers by April 25th, and that is reduced to $975. The application requirements, and our application and registration is open. It is online at our website. You need a letter of recommendation from a principal, counselor, or teacher who knows the student well, and their ability for to really participate in a rigorous academic experience. We also need a official school transcript, and as I said before, there's a brief online application. Our online registration application, you can upload the information right to the program. You can mail the transcript to our office directly from the school, and we need all completed applications by May 25th. This slide tells you about the application process, our contact information, and where application materials can be mailed to. I would also note that the number of attendees for each program is limited based on classroom size and laboratory size. So generally 15 to 20 students is the maximum for each program. And are there any questions?
It does seem like we have a few questions here, although I believe Brittany had covered some of them already. there was a question about whether meals were included, and Brittany had addressed in her presentation that they are. And then George had as well, as far as the Academy series. In terms of a copy of the PowerPoint or slides, we're going to have a recording of the webinar available on our site, and we'll be following up with all registrants to the webinar with a link to that once that's available. Should be in a few days. And then I believe, Britt, you had addressed the question about transferring credits already.
Yes.
Yeah.
But just to echo that, they're definitely transferable credits.
Okay.
We just had a question pop in, is that asking if attendance in the programs are taken into account as a factor to application to TCNJ. And it's kind of a longer answer, but so the participation in the summer programs does not mean that students will get into TCNJ. But what we will say is that it's a wonderful experience, and that as we know with admissions at any school, that they're really looking for well-rounded students that are going out of their way to make themselves the best students that they can be, and this is one really great way of doing that. So the participation in the program does not guarantee admissions into TCNJ.
Thank you. And then kind of on a flip side of that, there was a question saying, do you have to be an accepted student of TCNJ to attend the summer program? And no, you don't. You can certainly apply to one of these summer pre-college programs. This application process is separate and apart from the application for admission to TCNJ on whole. So that said, we do allow a student who has applied and been offered admission to attend TCNJ as a freshman to also apply for the Bonner Summer Pre-College Program. If that student is interested in kind of getting a jump start, then that's one possibility.
Great. Another question that came in is for the credit-bearing programs, will there be reading or work prior to starting? And the answer to that is absolutely. In the past, our faculty have had one book and one assignment that the students did prior to coming to campus. And a kind of normal novel-sized book, nothing too crazy, and easy reading, and one kind of short assignment, but there will be assignments prior to coming for the credit-bearing program.
Okay, and I see a question here. Are the programs only available in the same week? So for the pre-college academies, yes, they're running that June 25th to 29th week. So there would need to be a choice made on which one of those three options that the student would want to apply for. In terms of the Bonner pre-college programs, the College Readiness Community Service program is in June, and that's the 1 week. And then the 2-week credit-bearing courses, those run concurrently, so you do need to choose from among the three options available there. And then George, there's a question here about the Pre-College Academy program. Looking for clarification on that being for rising high school freshmen, sophomores, and juniors. Do you want to speak to that?
Yeah, hi. I sent, and I don't know if I sent it to everyone, but I did send it to Jim. That is correct. It's for rising freshmen, sophomore, and juniors.
Okay. Okay, and another couple questions here. So does the Pre-College Academy also include community service and the college essay preparation? George, you want to talk about that?
No, the PCA does not include community service or the college essay preparation. It is strictly dedicated to the particular topic area, business, sciences, nursing, exercise science, and public health.
But there would be a presentation by an admissions professional, correct, to talk about the, talk about the benefit and how to frame the attendance in a pre-college program as part of the student's own college admission process.
Correct.
Okay. Okay, Britt, here's a question about the students. It says the students stay for the whole weekend during the 2-week program.
Yeah, absolutely. So yes, the students stay for the whole weekend during the 2-week program. We ask that students do not leave campus while they're with us, that they really stay for the whole program altogether. It's for a couple reasons, but one of which is that students really do miss out if they leave campus for any reason. So we definitely keep them here with us the whole time. Obviously, if there's an emergency or some special circumstance, we'll work with parents and guardians to make sure we can make that work too, but students will be here for the whole weekend.
Thank you. Let's see, we have how long prior to July would the book and assignment be sent out? So this would be for the 2-week credit-bearing course options within the Bonner Pre-College program, and generally formal acceptance packets we'd be intending to send those out in say early to mid-May, and we would include as much of that information as part of that packet as possible. Did you want to add anything to that, Britt, in terms of the book and assignment?
I don't think so. We try to get it out as soon as possible. So that's definitely one perk of the sooner you can apply if you're interested in attending, the sooner we can start sending out those next set of documents.
Okay. So we have, what is the maximum number of participants for each program? Okay, so typically, as is the case with TCNJ courses in general throughout the year, we try to keep class sizes small so that there is a good amount of interaction between the faculty member and the students. In some cases, we have limitations on lab sizes, for instance. So George, maybe that's something you can speak to in terms of the academies. Generally speaking, these classes run in the range of 15 students. George or Britt, did you want to add anything to that?
Sure. Yeah, our 2-week classes are absolutely capped around 15 students. For the college readiness non-credit, we could probably stretch that a little bit higher, but that is less course-based work, so we'll be in small groups for that either way.
For the pre-college, for the NSI, that will most likely be capped around 15 or 16, and that's due to the laboratory space as well. And for business and vitalities, 15 to 20. I don't want to put I would say the hard cap would be 20. If we have to go that high, the professors really prefer no more than 15 or 16. That's their preference.
Okay, thank you. Let's see, are there other community service programs at TCNJ during other times? Britt,
so I can quick answer that. So for high school students or non-TCNJ students, this is really the best opportunity to get involved with community service here at TCNJ, and that would be either the 1-week college readiness course or the 2-week credit-bearing pre-college course. For TCNJ students, we do community service all year round here at TCNJ through our community engaged learning requirements. So I can definitely share more information about that if you have more particular questions. But in terms of students outside of TCNJ getting involved other than during our pre-college, we don't have very many other opportunities that way.
Okay, Thank you. What does a typical homework assignment look like for the Bonner 2-week program?
Sure. So these do vary a little bit class to class, but if I had to pick a typical assignment, it probably would look like some short reading assignment, so either a chapter in a book or an article assigned by the professor, and then a short response to that article is often what the night-to-night homework looks like. In those 2-week courses, they do have one large assignment that they work up to through the 2 weeks. So one night they might also need to be doing research for that, but the final assignment's a research paper, so they might need to be doing research one night. Over the weekend, we do spend a lot of time doing research and starting drafting those papers, and then they do a presentation at the end of the 2 weeks about what it is that they researched, and that applies to all 3 courses. There is that structure. So normal typical homework assignment would be a short reading and a response, but then there's also that research as well.
Okay, thank you. Let's see, what is the basic entry requirements for a student entering high school for the summer program? So George, this would be a student entering high school, rising 9th grade student. Do you want to speak to that in terms of that, the application process on that for the academy?
Sure. For the academy, there's no a basic entry requirement as far as, you know, success in academics or something like that. The basic requirement is a transcript and then a letter of recommendation from a teacher or counselor or someone involved in the student's education that really speaks to their level of readiness for you know, an academic experience with faculty at TCNJ, their level of, I guess, curiosity and enjoyment in really being in an intense program for a week for their particular area that they're interested in.
Okay, thank you. And then a question on whether there's financial assistance available. Unfortunately, there's not. Let's see, we have, my child is interested in the medical program. What program would you recommend for pre-college credit earning? So,
So Susan, I was just typing an answer to this. I can share what my
Sure.
thoughts were.
Yeah, go ahead.
So my response in terms of our 3 options for the credit-bearing programs, I think that all 3 are really great options. TCNJ, like most colleges, has what we call here a liberal learning. Other colleges may call general education requirement. So we chose these 3 courses because they're all really great ways to start to fulfill some of those general education requirements. The second part of that answer is that depending on what type of medicine your student is most interested in going into, there's different great opportunities in all 3 of the courses. Obviously, sociology has more of that kind of people-based side and would be applicable to medicine at some point. Dr. McGreevy in the history course will definitely touch on things that are really important to know in terms of you know, place-based learning, and that is really important for anybody practicing medicine, learning about where it is that they're practicing and what the people that live there, what their history has looked like. And then the last is the environmental course, and obviously nutrition and health are a big part of medicine as well. So I think depending on what the student is most interested in, all 3 of those classes could have a really good fit.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, and looks like I'm not seeing any other questions here. Okay, Britt, George, is there anything? Oh, we just had one other come in. If you apply to the 2-week Bonner program and get accepted but would like to change the course you choose after acceptance, okay. So we do ask you to choose upon application which one you're interested in, and then we would anticipate that as part of the essay that's provided that you'd be providing explanation of why you're interested in that particular course. If there is space available in, if you change your mind and there's space available in another course, then we can certainly talk with you about that and look at what those options are. And then we have, my son is interested in engineering. Would you recommend a certain program for him? So we don't have an engineering specific offering. Certainly we have the science aspect as part of the pre-college academy, which would help provide some foundation in career exploration within some of the science areas. There is a robotics program that the School of Engineering offers that's separate from these, and there is a link to that through our precollege.tcnj.edu webpage. So that is something that that might be of interest as well if the specific interest is engineering. And then in terms of a copy of the presentation, the webinar is being recorded, so we'll be emailing registrants in a few days with a link to that recording. Okay. Britt, George, is there anything else that you would like to add?
No, thanks.
I'm good too.
Good. Okay, well, we greatly appreciate everyone joining us today. We appreciate your interest in spending some time with us, learning more about these programs, and we just want to know that we are here to answer your questions. So if you do have other questions that you think of once we sign off, then please feel free to reach out to us at the email addresses that you see on the screen, the aspire@tcnj.edu for the Academy series, and that will reach George. The summer@tcnj.edu email address, and that will either reach me or a colleague who can help on that in terms of Bonner Pre-College. And then Brittany's email address is there as well. And I'm sure she's happy to talk with you further too. So once again, thanks so much. We will be back in touch with you regarding the link to the recording, and we appreciate your time and wish you a good day. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.